Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 9 of Marketing Uncensored. Yes, lucky number 9. I'm Sam Tomlinson.
And I'm Collin Slattery.
All right. Well, Collin, this week it's been a week. Coldplay released 2 singles yesterday.
Yeah. Congratulations to them and great marketing. I had never heard of Astronomer or Astronomy or whatever the fuck it is before.
Whatever
But
that company was, but now
yeah,
we all
now
have.
they're famous.
So if you're going to take your side piece to a concert, don't make it Coldplay. Or just don't do that.
Yeah. Or if you're gonna do it, have a little bit of composure and don't dive on the ground like you're getting shot at.
Agreed. Speaking of other things people are diving out of the way to do, it's Black Friday planning. So, Colin, I don't know about you, but we're already getting the meeting requests.
I mean, Black Friday is around the corner, and if you haven't at least started doing a little bit of planning, you're already late, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. But, I mean, I remember...
You should have the concepts of a plan at this point.
Oh, I love that so much.
How many people are going to get that? Not enough.
Not enough. But if it is what you say, I love it, especially later in the summer.
Yep.
Oh, Junior, you haven't heard as much from you.
Even fewer are going to get that one, too.
I know. I miss seeing Junior in the spotlight.
Oh, man. I don't.
His coked out takes were always...
I mean, hell of a drug.
Anyway, let's get into the actual Black Friday, right? So the other wrinkle in this particular thing, at least for a few brands that we've talked to, is the Donald is back on the tariff bandwagon. So we announced a series of 5 tariffs this week.
Alleged.
So we've got the tariff tracker. If you do not follow, I would highly recommend following the Reed Smith Trump Tariff Tracker 2.0. Very helpful for understanding what in the world Trump's promising. But yes.
Probably looks like an EKG reading.
It does, but if you did it in Excel. Exactly. It has
all the more reason to plan your Black Friday ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%, because we have no idea what's going on. But there are tariffs on everything from Europe and Mexico all the way to some random country in like the South Pacific that are not the main exporters.
Is this the Penguin Islands?
The Penguin Islands, I do not believe, have sent the representative penguin to the White House yet to pledge fealty. So tariffs are still on for Penguin Island.
Exporting rotten fish is, I guess, heavily tariffed these days.
Yes.
But all kidding aside, I do think it is important to have the conversation about Black Friday. I mean, we're serious. We're not joking. And, what it actually looks like to be, I guess, on top of your holiday planning, because 90+% of brands, I think, maybe... I think it's probably a good number, are perennially behind for holiday planning, right? Like if you have, if you don't have a concept of a plan yet, you are actually behind. Like that's not a joke. That's true. And I know it's the middle of July, but you're behind.
Correct. I mean, if for no other reason, then you need to do inventory planning. Like you need to understand what offers you'll actually be able to execute and what cost is going to be associated with executing those offers so you can try to make money.
Let's just loop back to the inventory conversation.
I mean, I think that's the big thing for almost every e-com brand, is understanding what I'll be able to get in stock. What is the cost associated with getting that in stock? And is this something, I mean, more and more, the other consideration is this something that if I do have it in stock, people are actually still going to want? Like, I feel like the product cycles are compressing pretty quickly.
Yeah. And I think we're at that stage, I'll call it like phase 1, right? Where it is all of this planning, right? Like what inventory are you going to be doing? Like what offer are you going to be doing? How much inventory are you getting? Right? And so much of this is based on data that you should probably already have. And if you don't, you should be thinking about it, because we're halfway through the year already. So you have an idea of what happened in Q1. How did your Q2 go? Like, how are you trending compared to last year? How healthy are you overall? I mean, tariffs are obviously taking a bite out of most brands. And, what do you need to achieve on Black Friday for the business, and how much can you even afford, right? Like, you have to buy that inventory. You have to forecast out. And right now is when you need to actually be doing that planning, doing that strategy, and making those purchase orders.
For sure. I mean, I think so. For a lot of brands that we talk to, right, we start this with actually going back and almost doing a long-term post-mortem on the last Black Friday. And I think we're finally out of this position where I think it was difficult in 2021, 2022 when you had COVID data. Because at that point you
Right.
were like, well, Omicron, whatever variant hit in like November. I don't even remember, but like all of a sudden, e-com sales went through the roof and retail sales went like down like a lead weight. And you're like, well, this doesn't tell us anything about what is going to be effective this Black Friday. We're past that point. We're at the point now where I think 2024 Black Friday is a very good proxy overall for 2025. There are differences to be sure. 2024 was most certainly impacted by the largest political ad spending initiative in history. But 2025, I think that means might just have a lower increase in CPMs.
Right. Yeah, and that is the point. I mean, I will say brands should have audited their Black Friday at the beginning of this year and have all
For
of these
sure.
notes. But if you don't, step one is to do the audit versus just reviewing it, right? And being
Right.
really honest about how it went. What can you learn from what happened last year? Like, what was the actual bottleneck? And I think this is generally a valuable question to ask because you know did you run out of stock? Was your offer not aggressive enough? Were you not aggressive enough about like pushing spend, right? And ended up
Mm-hmm.
sitting on a lot of inventory. I think one of the things that especially smaller brands, but even like, mid-sized brands don't internalize is that Black Friday demand is essentially infinite, right?
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
so you can pretty much spend, if you have a good enough offer and have a large enough market, you can spend an infinite amount of money almost. So, what was the bottleneck that limited your Black Friday? Um, Very helpful question.
The second question I think you need to ask is what happened to that cohort over the last 12 months?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, historically, BFCM cohorts behave differently than we'll call them business as usual cohorts. I mean, they're coming in on promo. That in itself is usually a challenge.
Yep.
They tend to be moment shoppers versus everyday buyers. So that limits repeat purchases to other major moments that you can capitalize. And if you're a brand that's not good at making moments, that could be really difficult for you. And potentially, they were not buying your product for themselves, they were buying their product for another. So they may not have any kind of ongoing contact with your brand except to say, oh, yeah, I bought the Hexclad pans for my sister last Black Friday, last Christmas. And you're like, well, do you want more Hexclad? He's like, I've never even used Hexclad. I just gave it to her.
Yeah. And
So,
and this
Panzer,
I
if you're
think
listening to this,
dovetails.
sponsor.
And this dovetails into, I think, a follow-on question, especially when you're evaluating. It's like, did you end up in a better or worse position after Black Friday? And this was something we talked about a little bit on a previous episode with like promotions and discounts. Is you might have run a like great Black Friday last year,
Hmm.
but you actually ended up like in the hole or significantly less margin than you would have otherwise, or sitting on a shitload of inventory that you could not move and now, you know, suffer the consequences of that. So like, you know, how did it end for you actually? Like in dollars and cents on your P&L? Like what did it look
Yeah,
like?
it's a good question. I think it's a question most brands struggle to answer because they don't want to go back and actually do the dispassionate analysis that will uncover. Hey, we did this thing really, really well, but we did this thing really, really poorly, and the end result was we ended up like plus 10%. And you're like, okay, well, that's okay, but if you would have just avoided the mistake, you would have been plus 50%.
Right. And
And
this is the time to do it, right?
right,
That's
just
why
be
you
honest with
start in
yourself.
July,
Yeah, I
right?
feel like
Because
yes. And the bigger mistake is always to me making the same mistake again. Like, I would rather just know in July, like, hey, we completely screwed this up and we missed it and we made this mistake. 2024 was not as good as it could have been. And if I know that going into 2025, we can obviously plan to avoid that mistake. But if you just go into 2025 and like, 2024 was great, and then you do the same stupid thing again, what are we doing here?
it's an Einstein quote, right? What's the definition of stupidity? Doing the same thing again and expecting a different result.
Well, it's insanity, but same thing.
Yeah. Insanity, stupidity, same thing. Yeah.
More or
Cut
less,
it.
less or more. Right? Okay, so
Um,
basically, go back, review all your stuff. If you don't have an audit, do an audit. If you do have an audit, actually read it and internalize it and look at it dispassionately so that when you go into, I think, part two of this, you're doing so with clear eyes.
right. This is phase one, and I have a guarantee for every single brand out there. You didn't do as well as you could have. Even if you thought you did incredibly well, you could have done better. And it is your job to find where you could have done better. And do not pat yourself on the back. Like, criticize the shit out of what you did. And now's the time to
Yes.
do it because we have time, but this is the planning time. Really, I kind of view beginning of July to early to mid August as, audit, review, plan, strategize. That's kind of the
Right.
window.
Because, I mean, realistically, when you hit mid August, you're going to be, if you're a consumer brand, you're back to school. But that's also your asset creation time is mid August through mid September. Mid September through mid October is set everything up, check it like 1,000 times, make sure legal signs off, make sure product signs off, confirm with inventory that everything will be there. And then, I mean, realistically, you get to like October 20, October 25, it should be a code freeze on your site. Nothing goes in, nothing goes out. We are focused exclusively on our early access offers, our early drop offers, and then, we get into November and it should be execute, execute, execute.
You mentioned something on that you just walked past because it
Hmm.
should be table stakes, but I am going to pull back and reiterate it. Have a fucking code freeze, please. Do not roll anything out. Do not try some new shit. Do not launch a new pixel or attribution tool. Don't put it in amber. You're done. You're locked in. Do not fucking touch anything. The number of Black Fridays that have been ruined because the brand is like, let's try a different, let's add a new BNPL to our checkout. Like, do not fucking do that. Just that is the worst possible. You're inviting
Yes.
so much unnecessary. I'm a little amped up about this because the number of times this has happened to me because they do some dumb shit and then they like, hey, what happened? And it's like, well,
Well, you broke checkout for 4 hours. That's what
yeah.
happened.
Like, what are you doing? So yes, please, at latest the beginning of November, nothing gets touched unless it's like an
Correct.
actual emergency and something broke and you have to fix it. But do not change anything. Just
Right.
leave it.
We're done.
Yeah.
You're done. You're locked in. I mean, this is, if you've seen the movie Ender's Game, we are in the final battle. He is locked
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
No pulling plugs now. We are committed.
Oh man,
But I
the
think,
shit that people have done.
so, I know. Oh, we broke checkout. Oh, we added a PayPal link. Oh, we reverted a gateway. Why? Because we didn't like them. We wanted to save 1/10 of 1% on the credit card processing fee. Okay, so we cost ourselves 4 hours of sales during peak time so that you could save 1/10 of a percent. 10 basis points. Are you
Could be like
stupid?
multiple percentages of annual sales that you lost.
Yes.
So
We've all had
do,
it. Okay.
however, audit all of that before, right?
Do
Like,
code
make sure all
freeze.
your stuff is working. Yes, like you absolutely should in October be like, are all our pixels firing? Are the pop-ups working correctly? Is the data syncing correctly? Like, are the audiences syncing correctly? Like, go through every part of your stack and confirm that it is working as it should be. And I'll tell you something, it's probably not, because stacks are very complex these days. Settings change. I mean, you should be doing this as a baseline, like quarterly as a business, but definitely before the holiday shopping season hits.
100%. One, there's just you can't agree enough, right? Because you get into this, and the other piece that I will mention is that oftentimes, especially with complex technology stacks, it does not, an issue will not materialize on all devices simultaneously. So if you are doing this checking and you're like, well, I checked it on my MacBook Pro. Okay, well, did you check it on a shitty Asus laptop? No. Did you check it on a dumb as shit LG phone? No. Okay, well, then you didn't check it.
Yeah.
Like,
If
you
you're only
have to.
checking on a computer, wrong, because most of your
Correct.
traffic is not on a computer.
Right. I mean, the easiest way to do this, and the thing that I advise people to do, is go to GA4. There is a devices report in GA4, and it will tell you the browser and the device and the screen resolution that your traffic is coming from. Go back to last Black Friday and pull up the list. Go to your last 60 days and pull up the list. If anything has changed, check that device twice, but also check every device on the list.
This is also just such an easy CRO win too, right? It's like, oh, this
Oh, yeah.
specific device is not working correctly.
Oh, our
Yeah.
site doesn't render in Firefox. Huh, that seems like a problem. We should probably fix that.
It's funny you say that, because that's usually the fucking one with the issue too.
Yeah, and yet people are saying Chrome is bad. No, Chrome is good. Chrome works. It may be like a super heavy browser load, but just get more RAM.
Yeah, get 64 gigabytes of RAM to run a web browser, please.
If you don't have 60, I mean, if you don't have 128, what are you even doing, bro?
Oh, man, this could turn into a tangent on the poor programming of the modern world and the kids these days who don't know how to actually write code. Old man
That's,
yells at cloud moment right now.
I mean, if you don't have 128 gigs of RAM, at least, I mean, I'm pushing 256 here. Like, what are you doing?
Running on a shitty Lenovo laptop. That's what we're doing. So, um, I
In
do
all
want to loop back
seriousness.
on. Yeah,
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Loop back.
yeah. So I do want to loop back on what you kind of ran through quickly, which is, what we internally, and I'm sure you kind of consider, kind of the phases of Black Friday, right? And I think our times are similar to yours, but a little different, like by weeks, right? We're kind of like
Weeks.
phase one, right? Which we're in the middle of right now, which is planning prep July to kind of like middle of August, where you're placing orders. Then you're, building and then starting to warm up, right? So that's, what we consider kind of like middle of August to end of September, where everything's getting built. And then it's ramp plus, finalization, October to middle of November, and then it is fucking go time, baby, right? Like those are the four phases
Yeah,
essentially.
100%. I mean, I think we're off by like a week or two between how we approach it, but it's the same. And you can every business is a little different, right? A fashion brand
Yeah.
is going to be a more aggressive timeline because you're waiting for hopefully the last possible minute to make sure that your inventory is as relevant and timely as possible. Whereas if you are Hexclad or Lomi or Ridge Wallets, or you are more of a kind of is what it is, like we're not trendy, we're not doing the trend stuff. You can
Or you have a
be
really long manufacturing lead time, right? Like
correct.
that's the number that you need to be looking at and building around. It's like, when do I have to place the order? Okay, I have to do all the prep before that, right? Like there's some brands where they have to be done like with planning right now. Like
Correct.
they have to place POs right now, because
It
this
takes
is the
45
end.
days to
Like it takes
manufacture.
months.
I mean, we're July 18th today when we're recording this, so spoiler alert. But realistically, if you're at a 45-day manufacturing lead time and you've got to put it on a boat, and that boat is another 45 days, realistically, you're not getting your inventory in port until middle
Mid-October.
end of October. And that's assuming that things with ports go perfectly fine, which, again, historically, okay assumption, last, we'll call it 540 days, bad assumption, because we've had, I think, 3 port shutdowns in the United States in the last 18 months. Is that correct? I think that's correct.
Yeah, I mean it was an issue. It was definitely it was definitely last Black Friday when
It
they
was
were like,
last Black
"Hey, we're
Friday.
gonna fucking
We're going to
not
go on
work."
strike.
And yeah.
And then there was the
And they
other
did it in
issue,
California, right?
California
But not
too. It was
in Houston.
They didn't do it in Houston. They did it in California. There was another action, I think, on the East Coast that happened, and then there was something else that happened too. There's been like 3 total, I think, in the last 18 months disruptions. So build in like, hey, it might be an extra week in port. That could happen.
Customs and border with all the tariff bullshit, like they might have questions for you. They're like, "Oh, this says Indonesia, which has a lower tariff rate, but we need more documentation because of whatever," right? Like you don't know. So, yeah, you need to bake in a buffer.
Correct. So again, your point about manufacturing is spot on. Understand how long the lead time is. Understand how long the shipping time is. Bake in a buffer at the end of that, and make sure your stuff is going to be here at least a week with the buffer, with the manufacturing, with the shipping before your offer is scheduled to go live.
Yes. And we've talked about it already, but know how much you need to buy, right? And be realistic. Don't the worst thing you can buy is too much. The second worst thing you can buy is too little. Ideally, you thread the needle, but it's not easy. And be honest, right? If you're down 20% year on year, do not buy more than you did last year, right?
Right.
Unless you know you can move the product. Like dead inventory is the worst.
And again, this is industry dependent, right? If you are in, I'm going to pick a random industry, right? You're in metal workbenches. Like this is not a product that is changing. If you over order, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like you'll be able to move the inventory and maybe you can play some accounting games in terms of, reducing this year's taxable income and then moving the stuff in January. Okay, fine. In that case, I would rather almost over order than under order, because if I under order and sell out, then I'm probably also in a
Then
long lead time cycle.
you're fucking your next 6 weeks. Yeah.
Correct. But on the flip side, if you're a trendy product, if you're a gifting product and you over order, that's death, because the only way you're moving that is with a BOGO or a clearance focused sale.
Yeah.
So you're dead in the water. Yeah, get out rubber ducky and the suds.
Go hang out with Elmo in one of those fucking bushes.
All right, so let's talk about, I think the part of this that we've glossed over is the offer. And I know the default for most brands is like, oh, it's Black Friday, we'll just do like 32% off for fun. But I don't think that's always the right way to go for offers. And I'm pretty sure most of your clients don't just do like a percentage off offer. So like, let's talk.
I try to push them away from it, as we talked about in the previous episode.
Right. I mean, I think my framework tends to be this. Like, number one, you got to figure out what you're trying to do on Black Friday. Which sounds like a stupid question. Like, you're trying to move stuff, obviously, but like, what stuff are we moving? Are we moving a gifted product that's a 1x purchase? Then we got to make sure that we are cash flowing and that we're acquiring customers profitably. Are we trying to move something that is a self gift or something that it likely has significant add-on potential? And I think there's a lot of things there that are counterintuitive, right? Like the one that always surprises me is like magnet tiles, like those stupid little building block tiles that have magnets on them. They have huge upsell potential.
No idea what those are.
Yeah, it's
is this a kid's thing?
It's a kid's toy. It's like one of like those Montessori kids toys, and it's often a gifted product, which is weird. But the upsell rate is massive, because when parents get one set of these stupid little things, all of a sudden you don't have enough to make all the other shit your kid wants.
Okay.
So they end up getting a 50-piece set, but then the parent 2 weeks later is off buying a 200-piece set because the kid loves the stupid things and they don't have enough to make the castle that's on the picture. So you actually have this weird dynamic where it's like, oh, I was gifted the first set, my kid loved them. Now I've gone off and since bought 600. And when you talk to these guys, they're like, yeah, that's basically how this works. Like, we get somebody to gift you the item, And then the parent comes right on back and buys them because we're all a little different. They all fit together.
Okay.
So you have to understand your customer relationship. I think that's just an interesting one, and
Yeah.
what the goal is going to be.
Right. And that is, I think, the point, right? Like, are you okay, we want to maximize our profit dollars, or is it, oh, we want to maximize the number of new customers that we bring into the brand, or
Mm.
we want to blow out all this garbage that we misbought earlier in this in the year and just
Yes.
right size our inventory, or we don't want to participate at all. We just want to sell what we're going to sell and not even worry about it and relax. When everyone else is racing around and surf scaling, we're going to be on the golf course having a great time.
That's also true. I mean, and then there's the other goal, which is we're trying to maximize cash flow for something else, which is always a weird one, but it's often gift cards. It's often some kind of like deposit. It's often something like that where you're able to be like, look, our offer for Black Friday is we're going to give you a gift. You buy a $100 gift card, we give you 120. You're able to recognize that revenue
are
immediately.
so good.
But the other side of this is there's always that leakage, right? There's always
the breakage on gift cards is where you make so much money. It's so good.
It's phenomenal.
A nice
fairness,
physical gift card does so well.
It's a great gift. It lets people figure out what they want. But I mean, from the brand side, the data on that gift card is also phenomenal because you are not marketing blind to that person when they redeem the gift card, right? You know who it is. You know who got the gift, and you can actually send like tailored remarketing. It's kind of cool. You know who bought it. You know who didn't. You know who used it. It's like great.
Also, it has like 80 to 85% redemption rates. Or also, and this could be a whole individual podcast on like gift cards and the value of gift cards. Because the other thing, no one wants to leave $3 on a gift card. So they end up buying more to make sure that they completely absorb the gift card. If you're not offering gift cards, go offer gift cards. Even if they're digital gift cards for the last minute clowns like me who are like, oh shit, it's the 23rd. I didn't buy a gift for fucking Nora. All right, let's do it. Boom.
Here you go, Nora, buy yourself something nice. But, all right, so you end up with basically, I think, probably 4 to 5 options, right? Goal number 1, acquire as many customers as possible. And then you're going to try to basically expand the margin you're making on them throughout the year with upsells, resells, etc. Option number 2, we have a shitload of crap.
I want to talk about option number 1.
I like option number 1.
This gets back to what Sam said earlier. Do your cohort analysis, because if they don't buy again, option 1 is a terrible option. Do not do option 1 if you look at your cohort analysis like, oh, they only buy once, because then you're not going to get any margin later. It's right there and only that.
Yeah, so don't acquire customers thinking they're going to behave the same way as your business as usual customers. They will not. I can promise you. You are not special.
Yeah. Go look. Again, this is why you run the numbers. All right.
Or
option number 2.
Option number 2. You have a boatload of shit stuff that you overbought earlier in this year, and you need to move it. If you're going to do that, it's like, don't be bad.
Yeah. But also, good on you for at least recognizing you fucked up and you're trying to correct your problem. So
yes, you are not a complete bad. I mean, for this stuff, I feel like it's either free gift with product or free gift with purchase. Good option. Take your shit stuff, staple it to a great thing. Yay! Or you're going to run BOGOs, or you're going to run some kind of upsell in the cart.
Massive discounts on the stuff that you want to move. Like,
yes.
Not 20%. Try like 60, 70.
Yeah, 50. Yeah, you start at 50 and we go up from there. And how you activate that discount is up to you. But again, you can do it just a straight discount. You can do it, purchase 1 item, we'll give you 30% off this. Purchase 2, we give you 60%. Purchase 3, we give you 100%. You can play games with how you frame the offer. But yeah, you gotta move quick.
Let's talk about my favorite. I think also probably the most common one, like profit maximization.
Yeah, we like that one.
Profit margin, right? Don't you're
No. This is where the absolute and the efficiency. No. We go to absolute.
exactly. You know, what discount, if you're going to do a discount, can you offer? This is a great opportunity for good gift with purchase, not the aforementioned nobody wants to buy it gift with purchase, right? And anchoring value to make it seem significantly
Hmm.
better than your cost. And yeah,
Yes.
this is what I try to push clients into all of the time, is if we can, because we've talked about it. If you can give away $100 product and it only costs you $20 to make it, the person thinks like they're getting an extra $100 instead of $20.
It's
Great
the
for the brand.
great for the brand, but it's also a wonderful way to like essentially hack the human brain, right? Because humans are really bad at making non-intuitive comparisons. So the second you start
Almond
offering,
trees.
yes, almond trees are great. I love my almond trees. $1 to plant, Jesus, or 32 cents or something. It was less than a postage stamp, which are going up. So factor that into your stuff too. I just got the notice from the USPS that forever stamps are now 78 cents, not 73.
I remember when they were 32. I am old.
Same. It's not my favorite. All right, that's profit maximization, right? Then you have the acquisition. This is for those daring brands that think that they can expand the LTV of their Black Friday cohorts. Good luck.
Also, I mean, I think this is one of the. I mean, this is kind of, you can do anything, but I think discounts perform really well here because your goal is essentially run break even, right? Like you
Correct.
want no profit. You want to be or as close to zero as you can be, right? Maybe leave a
Right.
little buffer,
Right. You want to
but
leave a little bit on the right side of zero. And the thing here, I think a lot of this acquisition focused stuff, and sounds like a marketing cop out, but it's not. It comes down to product design. Because what you are fundamentally looking for in a lot of your acquisition focused stuff is something that gets the customer excited about continuing the relationship with the brand. So, really nice high end trial kits do phenomenally well in skincare because it gets the customer excited about continuing the brand, right? I think on the kids side, like Love Every has really maximized this in the sense that they have these boxes that get delivered every 3 months, and you can gift 3 boxes. And what they've found is that the getting the box every 3 months sets the expectation in a kid's mind, and it's kind of like age appropriate stuff. But the second you get past that 3 box and they stop, the kid's like, "Where's my shit?" So now you've immediately like reactivated this thing. You've built a habit, you've built an expectation, and now you're basically getting those renewals at like zero CAC because all you're doing is sending an email like, "Hey, your kid's expecting a box next week. We don't got one. You want it?"
the easiest consumer to manipulate, small children.
Parents of small children,
You manipulate the child, you manipulate the parent. Uh,
like I
the
said,
transitive property of purchaser manipulation.
100%. But again, product design. Like understand your targeted customer's use case, understand where the upsell comes, and then make that experience between the time they get it and the time they need to upsell as delightful as possible.
And I think the funny part I want to note here is we're still talking about phase one, right?
Yes,
This is,
this needs to be done in the next 30 days. So TikTok.
yeah. So all of this conversation, everything that we've been talking about for the last however many minutes, 20 minutes, it's all right now. It's all phase one. This is all stuff that you should be in the middle of, or if you're not in the middle of, do it right after you listen to this podcast and get started.
Yes, please. All right, so we've covered profit maximization. We've covered our overstocked inventory problems. We've covered basic
Blasting out
volumes.
trash.
Yeah, blasting out trash, right? Then you have your high margin stuff, which is like, hey, these are like the super high margin SKUs. They're often like one-off purchases. So you want to basically thread the needle here between profit maximization and efficiency because you don't want to lose all the margin on your really good SKUs. Especially, this comes down to, you see this a lot of like electronics, right? You buy a Samsung TV, you're not buying a second 85-inch Samsung TV unless you're me.
And you need something for the man cave.
100% I do. Why would I slum it with a 65 when I can have an 85? Next up, the TV wall.
I don't know. And actually, I want to bring something up because it just came to mind. It's very related and also very important because this is another wrinkle this year in particular, because you also have to factor in how much it's going to cost to rebuy it, which may be a different number than what you bought it at in the first place, going back to the Trump tariff tracker. Because in the past, right, if you bought it for $20, you could probably buy it for $20 6 months from now, unless the manufacturer had like small changes, so pretty close. But that $20 could be $45 in 6 months
Right.
because someone wet themselves in the White House and is now unhappy. So think about that too. There's no good answer for that one, really. Buy futures, I guess. But
yeah, I was gonna say, 2025, the year that D2C gets educated on how commodity trading works and why every large multinational has like a little in-house commodities trading hedge fund.
Yeah. Don't ask about chocolate futures over at Nestle. They'll have a lot of things to say to you.
True. Okay, so we covered that, right? Then we end up with cash flow goals, which is basically, look, we need to make as much money as possible, either because we need to pay off ballooning debt, which candidly, I think a lot of D2C brands are recognizing the reality that is balloons suck sometimes if you don't have the cash to pay, right? You have brands that took out loans earlier in the year to deal with tariffs, and those loans are coming due, and they're like, shit, we need some cash flow so that we can pay this off, make our next inventory order, and basically try to trim out the loss over enough quarters so that we don't really feel it, or we don't have to, write a check into the business.
Vinny from Staten Island is here to fucking collect, so pay him his fucking money.
Yeah. Whichever one it was, bitch better have my money. Pay me what you owe me. Because I assure you, Amazon Capital did not forget.
No.
But I mean, if you're in that position, right, I think the first thing you need to be thinking about, like Collin and I talked about earlier, is gift cards. Anything that allows you to collect immediate cash with a later fulfillment obligation is your friend, because you are essentially getting a very low interest loan all in from your current customer base.
I mean, it's a zero interest loan essentially, right?
Well, I mean, you're giving away $100 gift card, giving it a free 25, right? So you're paying a premium.
You don't have to
money.
be that aggressive.
No, you don't. But the other thing you can do, I mean, if you want to do something non-traditional, right? If you buy a gift card, we will give you exclusive access to our next product drop. The only people who can buy our next product drop have this gift card today. That costs you $0 to give it. It gives you a pool of people who are ready to buy and feel very excited about buying. And to your point, it's zero interest at that point. It's actually less than zero interest because you have breakage to account for.
Yeah. And that's a great fucking idea. Stamp this so you can revisit it. I'll take credit for this and send it to my clients. Thanks, Sam.
That's what I'm here for. We're here to bring the value, right?
That's right.
Okay. I mean, I love that. I love stuff I love anything that gets people excited and it creates moments for my customers that costs me nothing. I also love de-risking my product drops. Big fan of that.
Right.
And there's no better way to de-risk my product drop than to say, hey, if you buy this fucking gift card today, you get exclusive access because then I know you're coming back.
And I think the exclusive part, everyone loves exclusive. Like, this is also applicable with gift with purchase, right? Where you have a limited quantity that's actually limited, that will sell out, that is only available then and only to, your Black Friday purchasers or whatever. Great.
All right. Next thing you need to do, right? So we cover basically every possible permutation of what you're doing on Black Friday. You're either getting more customers, you're making more money from your customers, you're moving your shit inventory, you're maximizing your profit on your crap inventory, or you're making more cash flow to deal with the bullshit that you faced 6 months previous. Here's the other part, the part that no one wants to do. Your competition is also doing this right now. So in addition to doing your audit of your brand, I think the other key piece is understanding what did our primary competition do last Black Friday to make sure that you're not about to get blown out of
And if
the
you
So
were
go
not
back and
tracking
look.
that, I don't know what to say, but do. I mean, there are even people who track this like across all of industries, right? Where like here's what
Yeah.
the top 600 Shopify brands did for Black Friday last year, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Go
I
take
think
a look.
CTC puts out a thing. I mean, side note, congratulations to CTC on a very successful exit. Good job, Taylor. You wanted wealth. You are rich.
Great, yeah, great job.
I'm
Invite
always
me.
happy to.
I'm happy to take a ride on your PJ anytime, Taylor. Let me know. Come on the
But in all
pod.
seriousness, yeah, exactly. In all seriousness, that would actually be a great episode on selling brands and agencies. Um, in all seriousness, right? The easiest hack for this is if you're not sure what your competition did and you really do want to know, just look at their URLs for the last couple Black Fridays because most of them are not that clever.
Also, here, great tool. It's known as the Wayback Machine. You can look at snippets of websites from dates in the past. So
That is
go
true.
take a look.
Yeah, my personal favorite is there are a slew of Shopify brands that they will do like BFCM 2024. Just go to their website today and type in BFCM 2025 and see what they're going to run because most of them do not make the page private. They just don't list it on the website.
Also, alternative option, which is even easier to, or not easier, but more likely to, or almost guaranteed to work if it exists. Go look at their sitemap. Go to website.com/sitemap.xml. Go look at the page sitemap. You can see every page that is currently published. It might be a lot. Drop it in ChatGPT. It'll find it for you. So if the page is published, you can find it.
And here's where you can be devious if you are interested in being devious, because every once in a while, if you can also do this on your site, right? Because presumably you will have a set of BFCM pages. If you start to see some hits on those pages, you have a couple options.
Change the
Option number one,
fucking thing.
change the offer to something that is absolutely destructive to your competition, because then they're going to try to change their offer in response and they're going to fuck themselves. It's fun, but
I'm
in
not
all
surprised
seriousness,
that this is coming from you, Sam.
what? I'm just
This feels very on brand. I mean, it's
This is
brilliant,
on brand.
but it is absolutely on brand.
Listen, if people want to make mistakes, I'm going to get out of their way. So do that, right? Really do that. So you know what offer you're going to run. You know you have a pretty good sense of what your competition's going to run, and you're pretty sure this is going to work. If you're not sure, I feel like this is August, September is the time to get some of your customers together and actually ask them, like, hey, would this work? Like, do you think this offer is attractive? Like, ask them straight up.
And they will tell you.
And they will tell you. And my thing is always, it is better to find out in August that your audience thinks that your offer is inferior to your competition than to have that proven to you in November.
Yeah, because
one
you can fix, the other one you can't.
Yeah, it will hurt your feelings in August, but fuck your feelings. It will hurt your P&L in November. Don't fuck that.
So all of this, right? We've talked phase one. Everyone who's gotten to this point, they're ready. They're ready to go. It's the middle of August, phase two time, right? So plans finalized.
Creative time.
It is exactly. It's the beginning of build time, right? Creative strategy, landing pages, other assets that you need, like influencer partnerships who you want to be locking in for the holiday period. This is when you get started on building. Not October, not the first 2 weeks of November. The middle of August is when you get started and you're road mapping all of this out. And, we have it middle of August through end of September for all of the building, the revisions, making sure it looks good. Like that is when you need to be starting all of this.
100%. Cannot agree more. Especially,
and if your agency is not talking about this, find a new fucking agency.
It's so true, because you're going to end up in this position where everything takes longer than you think it will, right? That's the first operating principle that you have to go with. And this is, I think, particularly pertinent for brands that are relying on influencers, because influencers, to be very blunt and candid, don't give a fuck as much as you think they do.
They care the check.
They do care about that, but they are not in your BFCM planning. They have other brands that they are negotiating with. They are likely trying to do a whole bunch of stuff like churn out last minute content for back to school while deal with your Black Friday, Cyber Monday shit. It's going to take much longer than you think it will. There will be more revisions than you hope there will be. Just plan ahead.
And you want something. And what you want is a as relaxed as possible end of October to middle of November. And it is far better to be done early and be able to chill than it is to be scrambling on the 18th of November trying to finish shit before you have to get it out in 3 days.
100%. The other thing you should be looking at as you start to think about this is obviously what had worked previously, but what are the current hooks? What are the angles? What is working now in your ad account? Because that's a good place to jump off with, right? Don't run the same tired thing that you ran last November. Run something new. And the other piece is if you are doing something that's going to activate a non-traditional audience, right? You're a skincare brand, you're trying to get people to gift it. Well, you can't run the same hook that you've been running to your business as usual audience. You need to figure out, what is the right hook angle? Is it like gift worthy? Is it the gift that'll make her whatever? Is it the gift that will whatever him? Is it treat yourself, right? Like what are the hook angles to get those new customers in who might be buying for somebody else or who might be in a self-care mindset, right? You got to figure out those hook angles and you got to have a bunch.
And I think related to this, and this is something that starts happening towards kind of the end of this phase 2, so call it like middle of September, is starting to warm audiences, right? Like start to reach new people. I mean, advertising is less expensive in September than it's going to be in November.
100%.
They're not necessarily going to be buying, but start filling the funnel, start doing some upper funnel activities, right? Start getting some engagement, some awareness of the brand, like start dripping that out, right? Because they will be in a buying mode come Black Friday, and you want to have already primed them to know your brand before you have to pay a CPM that is 300% of what it is right now.
Does tend to help. Also, really good use case for all of your previous BFCM cohorts. Take those emails, put them into the Facebook machine, put them into the Google machine, just serve them some ads. You have 10,000 customers at a $10 CPM and you want to show them 5 ads. We're not talking about that much money fundamentally to just get in front of them with some brand messages, with some, the must-have gift of the season, bullshit, right? Like you're not talking about a lot of money. Prime those audiences. And the other piece that you glossed over that you need to do is design the landing page situation. Like too many brands are like, oh, I got a Black Friday landing page. I'm like, okay, but you're running 9 offers to each to 3 different audiences. So you have 27 different combination of offer plus angle. And you are running them all to one landing page, and you think this is a good idea. Yes and yes. No, it's a terrible idea. You're a fucking idiot. Stop.
Send them to the shop all page. Who cares?
If that is your strategy, number 1, I'm amazed you are still in business. You have an amazing product. Number 2, when you decide to stop incinerating money, call me.
Yeah, the landing pages are key. And the other thing is that landing pages, especially good ones, do not get spun up in a day. They also take time to build, to design, to strategize.
Yes.
Assume it's going to take a month.
Yes, assume. And also, not every landing page needs to be either a faux PDP or like a faux homepage, right? You can run other gift, if you're running a gift angle, run a listicle. 6 reasons why brand is the perfect gift. Or,
perfect gift for audience you're gifting for.
Exactly. Real tight alignment between that. If you're running influencer campaigns, get permission from your influencers, just put it in the contract to feature them on the landing page. Because remember, your audience has seen that influencer in their feed talking about your product, then they come to your page and they don't see shit about that influencer. They're like, wait a minute, I was just hearing about whatever, Cardi B was talking about this bullshit, and now I don't see Cardi B. Cardi B even used
This
this
is
thing?
such an easy win, and so few brands even think of it.
Like, it's not hard. You're literally just put it in the contract. One line. Influencer agrees to be featured prominently on all destination pages to which the creative drives traffic. Period. They will not object. Influencers are nothing if not vain. Putting their face on more things is usually a good thing for them. But it creates really simple alignment between the brand, the creative, and the offer, right? Pretty simple. And if you're getting people into like a bigger, if you do have this situation, I see a lot in like skincare, right? Where you are driving some traffic in and there are some multiple options. You got a trial kit for oily skin, you got a trial kit for dry skin. Think about the best way to give somebody that information and to get them to the right product. Because what you want to do is minimize returns. So you're like, hey, I'm not sure what to get these people. Like, create a little gift calculator or a gift like quiz situation.
Quizzes do great. They're great evergreen. They're really great at this stage too, especially for gifting.
Right, because you can literally just make a quiz for like, what's the perfect insert brand product for insert audience? Put in your details about who you're gifting for, because people know it. They're like, oh, I'm gifting for my wife, and she likes silver, not gold. Great, here. This is here's a silver tennis bracelet. Perfect. You are getting them directly to the right gift.
So easy.
And then they feel like you know what I mean? Then they feel, the other thing is you're triggering basically an IKEA effect in the mind of the person, because they think they've customized this for them. And it now has more value to them because it was something they created. They didn't do shit, but they don't have to know that.
And for the people who don't know the IKEA effect, that's you associate more value when you do it yourself. That's why you're building the junk from IKEA, because you believe that it has more value because you screwed in those tiny little fucking screws.
It doesn't have more value. It's still a piece of junk, but the Swedish meatballs don't suck.
Yeah. Although the effort it takes to put those fucking things together gives it less value in my mind. But
fair. All right. So you have, at this point, we have good creative. We have tailored landing page experiences. Last piece of this funnel that I think almost every brand forgets about: change your post-purchase email flows. Do not be a fad, right? These are not business as usual people. If they are buying a gift, maybe change up those emails, because they're not going to use the fucking thing that you sold them.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Or it should be totally different, or generally it should be totally different. You can upsell different things, right? Yes. Got gift for X, need gift for Y, like lots of options.
Seems pretty it's pretty obvious, but it's amazing to me that every time I go to some of these, even what people think about as like powerhouse or really well-established brands, you go to the brand and it's just, well, I bought this as a gift. Like, I bought a gift set and you're now telling me about how I should unbox it? Like, what? No. I will never be opening this. I will be handing it to somebody.
Buy a full-size gift. How about some stocking stuffers? Or my favorite, when it's close to Christmas, you do you need anything last minute because you already bought 2 weeks ago. Let's have a chat.
And the other one is, if you do have a delay on shipping, and I think a lot of brands do around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, right? Take advantage of that delay. Number one, first email, set expectations. Hey, we got your order, we'll be shipping it out here. You'll definitely have it in time for whatever the holidays are. Don't even worry. But like a day or two later, you can trigger another email to those people like, hey, we haven't shipped your order out. We're shipping your order out tomorrow, but we will include anything else in this box that you need today. So, got anything else you need us to, right? Simple thing that takes advantage of a shipping delay and creates another moment where the person might not have thought, oh shit, we didn't buy a gift for grandma. Oh, sorry, grandma. But this email
always
is like,
forgotten.
Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, most grandmothers don't need more shit. They just want pictures. Oh yeah, it's really easy to just create a decent experience in a post-conversion email or SMS if you just think about the person who is buying the shit and make sure it's tailored.
Over-communicate, especially around Black Friday. You do not want people to be like, where's my fucking order? You don't want that. Be very communicative. The additional communication can also generate more conversion value. Take advantage of it.
There's a really good study here that, ironically enough, Uber did, where they found that The solution to reducing rider dissatisfaction was not to make Ubers appear faster. It was to communicate where the Uber was and set the expectation when it would arrive, and then consistently beat it by about 30 seconds. You can do the same thing.
It's the magic of under promise, over deliver.
Basically.
And it works every time.
And you don't need to spend a couple $1 million to figure that out because we're telling you.
Exactly.
Okay.
There is one other thing that I want to bring up here as kind of this phase, and that is, I mean, you've done a lot of planning. Plan your budgets. How much are you going to spend? What are the thresholds that you're going to be judging your spend against? Prepare your meta account. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people not get their daily spend budget raised ahead of Black Friday. And you're like, hey, we're doing really great. We're raising our budgets. We're raising our budgets. Oh, we're capped at this amount for the day, and you can't spend anymore. There is a cap in your account. It is visible. I forget which setting tree you have to go to get it, but get it raised, right? Because if you have a $5,000 cap,
billing
somewhere in billing, yeah, and it's not the like spend threshold for payment. It's the daily spend threshold, and you just have to request to get it raised. But do that. I mean, do it right now, but definitely do it before the beginning of October, because you don't want to be having a great Black Friday and you can't spend any more money because Facebook says so. They'll raise it. So get it raised.
Yeah. Do not. Again, goes into prep. Like, make sure your stuff is ready to go.
So phase 2 is over. It's October. The pumpkins are coming out. This is finalizing all of the building and doing additional ramp advertising. And one of the things that I guess people forget every year or just don't put two and two together, by the middle of October, most people aren't buying. They're sitting on their hands and waiting for Black Friday. And so your real-time performance is going to go down. Accept lower returns. Acknowledge that essentially the advertising you're doing is priming the audience for your holiday shopping. Don't pull back. Spend more. The CPMs are down. These are still buyers. They're just buyers in 6 weeks. And acknowledge that as a reality.
Yeah, agreed.
Are you looking up data right now? You're like, you're looking up where the budget changes?
Yep. It's under billing. Scroll down to the second section. But yeah, that's where we're at. The other thing I wanted to mention in this part is if you are going to do something, the best audience here is probably like your VIP customers or something. And if you are trying to get a customer to spend at the end of October, to your point, they're probably sitting on it. It's got to be an exclusive. It's got to be something limited, and it's got to be very clear to them. This is the best deal. Like, you are a loyal customer. We're giving you early access to our best Black Friday deals. This is a price that no one else is getting. This is a deal no one else is getting. And then you have to make good on that.
That is such an important, and I was going to say it. Do not fucking lie to them. Like, give them, if this is your best offer, it really has to be your best offer. And I think, back to offers, do not be like, oh, Black Friday, our best offer. And then on Cyber Monday, you're like, just kidding. Like, actually, this is better. Like, use the same offer or have them be completely different, but do not be like, oh, it's 20% on Black Friday and then it's like 25% on Cyber Monday.
Right.
You are going to piss off so many people. Just, it's not cute. It's not funny. Don't do it. You're just an asshole if you do.
And you're just screwing yourself because then they do not trust that what you say is true. And when you lose
and they
the
just
trust
won't
of the
buy
customer,
on Black Friday and you just lose all of that opportunity.
Right? Like, it's just, there's a Kevin Plank quote that I love, which is trust is built in drops and it's lost in buckets. Every communication you've had with these people, every ad dollar you've spent, every email you've sent, every good product experience is a drop in the bucket. And when you do some dumb bullshit, like lying to them, you just dump the whole bucket over. And that could be 3, 6, 9, 12, 24 months of hard work, of great product, of exceptional delivery that you just pissed away for an extra 3%. Like, get out. Don't be a dumb shit.
So we're in the middle of October. We're like sales are slowing down, but we're still advertising because they're getting ready to go. Everything is finalized because you're smart and you started doing this in July and like building in August. So now's the point where, for most brands or brands that are doing it correctly, it's actually pretty chill, right? You're doing your
Should
code
be.
freeze, you're doing your final testing to make sure all of your systems work, you're implementing your code freeze, and you're kind of chilling, actually, at this point, which I cannot tell you if Black Friday and the run up to Black Friday has been terrible for you in the past. The it's totally relaxing from the middle of October to the middle of November. It is a magical thing. It is sublime. Go play some golf. You deserved it. This
It's
is
not
how that
hard.
happens.
Yeah. The other things I think you should be thinking about during this period is any of your, I want to call them black swan events, but they're not even black swans at this point. They're just like a little off-white swans. Um, right?
Beige
This is
swans.
beige swans, right? These are going to be issues with delivery or shipments, right? If shipments are delayed, make sure you have customer service tickets written. Make sure you have emails that are ready to go. Any kind of contingency plan for popular SKUs. Make sure you have a plan to route that traffic and to try to maximize it. Alerts for sizes being out of stock, especially if you're in fashion, right? It doesn't do you any good to be advertising to men if you are out of large and extra large shirts. Like, that's a fucking problem. There aren't that many men that wear mediums. I'm not trying to be mean. We just live in a country that's about 38% obese.
Yeah. We typically are doing contingency planning in the previous phase, but now is also a perfectly good time to do
Yes,
it.
make sure that anything that could go boom, you've checked it twice.
Have backup creative, right, around that contingency plan. Because if you have to pivot because your thing that you wanted to sell the most of sells out, you should have some creative for your backups, right? Like, it's
Yep,
not that hard to swap a style out. Um, yeah,
it's pretty easy. But just make sure you're check every box. Check it twice. Don't be naughty. Be nice.
thanks, Santa.
Yeah, that's right. Santa Sam coming here with the profit maximization tips.
Oh man, we should have had you in a fucking Santa outfit for this.
I know that would have been great. Maybe Patrick can animate a little Santa hat on my head. Right?
uh,
But okay, at this point, right, you're the other thing I think you should do here is you probably have your landing pages built, they're probably up, they're probably hidden. This is the point where I think you have to go back and now, before we lock everything down, this is where every landing page that you're sending traffic to needs to be tested. Actually buy your own shit, right? Test everything twice.
you have to make real purchases. You go through, you make the purchase, you see like how the flow works afterwards. Use one of your actual fucking emails, see how it goes, get the actual customer experience, and confirm. Did it work? You hopefully have someone on your team who has an Android phone. Do it on that too. Like, spend
I
the
keep
time.
one. I keep an extra one right here.
Only you, Sam.
I keep one right on my desk. Always charged, always ready for testing. It's ready to go. The other thing I do think most brands should do is all of us in the marketing world are in this, right? For the last, if you are at November 1st, October 30th, whatever date this is, you have been in this heads down for 3 months plus. You have seen this. So you will be mentally biased. So my advice is to go find a loved one who will give you honest feedback and make them go through it too. Send them the private link, let them go through the checkout experience and get their feedback. And ideally they're in your target audience or very close to it. Because
If you're selling to grandma, go have grandma do it, right? Like, do not have your, 17-year-old daughter buying for something that's targeting a 70-year-old woman. Not the same experience.
100%. It's not the same experience. I just think it's one of those things where in hindsight, the error is so obvious, but in the real time, because we are all in it and you do go blind to things, your brain will fill in gaps. It's the same reason why it's hard to spot misspelled words, right? When 2 letters are swapped, your brain just immediately corrects it. Your brain will do the same thing to your experience and your offer. It will immediately correct it to what you think it is in your brain versus what it is on the screen.
Yeah,
So,
you'll know where to
as
click, even if it's not that obvious.
correct. So, please do all that. And then at this point, right, once you've done that and you've confirmed everything works, code freeze time. Lock that shit down. Goes in amber.
And enjoy it. This is where it's fun, right? You did all the
Yeah.
hard work ahead of time. It's almost scaling season, and you're ready to go. And if there's
Yep.
any last minute changes that need to happen, and there shouldn't be, but if there are, you've got time to do it.
And then at this point, it's basically just make sure all of your campaigns are built, all of your creative is uploaded. Just maybe
Have
if you
them
need to get
built and approved ahead of time.
yes,
We
run
run
it with
into
a
this
one.
every
Yeah,
year. Like,
run it with
oh,
a
it's taking
1 cent budget.
days for ad approvals for fucking Facebook. It's 3 days for ads to get approved. Maybe you should have put them in there and they're already fucking approved. So,
Yeah, then it's just turn on budget, right? Because you're basically putting them in. You're putting with a 1 cent budget. It will go. Everything will go through pending. Everything will get approved, and then you turn it off. And you've spent 3 cents over 3 days or whatever. Like, who cares?
you've
Yes,
gotten
some of
8
your
impressions.
ads. Yeah, your ads might appear in the ad library, but guess what? So will your competition. So you can actually go now and snoop a little bit and just make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? But again, if you find that the competition is doing something different or you're worried about it, you still have time. That's the whole beauty of this.
Promo extensions are done. Like,
Yeah, we're done.
everything is good. Like, it's all you got to do is press on. That's
It's not hard.
that's where you want to be at the when Halloween happens and everyone's trick or treating. You want your entire thing to be ready, where the only thing you have to do to be going for Black Friday is to press on and ramp budgets.
Rock and roll. Yeah.
That's where you need to be.
And then the last piece is, and I think this is something most brands don't think about as much, is just make sure that you're communicating internally, especially if you're an e-com brand, especially if you have fulfillment teams. Make sure you have channels of communication open so that you're hearing, oh yeah, we're running low on stock. Make sure you're hearing from CS, hey, people are pissed about X, Y, or Z. Like, make sure you emphasize not just to your customers to over communicate, but to over communicate internally and make sure that everybody's on the same page.
And this internal communication includes your partners. It includes your 3PL. It includes your agency partners. It includes anyone that is even tangentially involved in the success of your holiday season. Talk to all of them.
The one that you should talk to that I think almost none talk to is if you are placing your ad spend on a credit card or you are automatically debiting it from your bank and you have a banker, tell the motherfucker you will be spending more. Because every year there's the stupid client that's like, well, we spend $9,000 or $10,000 a week on Facebook. Okay, well then on Black Friday they're trying to spend $100,000 a week. Well, what do you think Amex's fraud algorithm does?
It just lets you do it, right? Doesn't flag anything.
Communicating with your partners means calling up Amex and being like, hey, I want to let you know that we will be using more of our credit over the next 2 weeks. So don't automatically decline our fucking shit.
And they just have to put a little fucking like flag on the account, which
correct.
will take 10 seconds.
Yes, it takes no time at all. And the same thing is true with your bank, right? If you're working with a bank and you're getting auto debits out of your bank account, number one, don't do that. But number two, if you are doing that, just call your banker and be like, look, I know traditionally you are used to us spending $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month on Facebook ads. Please know that in November, we are planning to spend $500,000. Do not decline our shit. And to your point, they will put a little flag on it and they will do their shit. But then you are ahead of the game. You are not going to be in this position where, it's Black Friday and it's noon and your Amex is declining because they're like, what's going on? You've already spent twice your weekly spend in 7 hours.
I've seen it happen so many times. Let it happen to your competitors. Make sure it doesn't happen to you.
Not hard. Right? And then, but I mean, if you've done all of this at this point, right, and you've got all these boxes checked, all of your stuff's ready to go, Black Friday should be pretty chill. Like, that sounds crazy, but it's pretty chill. Go forth. Plan, strategize, research. Be on top of your shit, and you will make more money. That's what we're here for. And then tune back in next week when we talk about other stuff, which is yet to be determined.
Potentially about the last phase, or maybe we'll kick that into September when it's a little more applicable.
I don't know,
But
but we'll figure it out. But until then, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, click, subscribe, comment if you have any questions or
hit the
things you want us
bell.
to. Yes, hit the bell, please. Ring that motherfucking bell.
And have fun. Like this is when ecom can be a lot of fun. Stressful, but Q4 is when money printer go burr. So enjoy it. This is the good stuff.
100%.